welcome to Besiktas Park. What a privilege to be here in Istanbul, as Aston Villa face Freiburg in the Europa League final. And alongside me this evening, as they have been all the way through this campaign, we have Lee Hendry, Adam McNally and Ahmed Al-Mohammadi. Good evening, boys.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Well, how has Istanbul treated us so far? I don't think we need to ask Lee. He's gone viral plenty of times. Let's just say he's been having a very good time, haven't you?
I've been enjoying myself. I've been around, seen some of the fans, we've seen the sights, got a few Ubers that have took us around town, but what a fabulous place, I must say. I mean, I've never been here before, and it's a real stunning place.
As long as you like sitting in traffic, it's a fabulous place. Because it's just been so busy, but it has been bonkers. I'm so glad I didn't go with him last night when I saw the pictures with him ending up in somebody's shoulders or something last night. But the fans have been brilliant. Even the Freiburg fans, to be fair, have been dead good. They really have. But our lads have been brilliant. The place was bouncing last night, and as a precursor for this evening.
Elmo, you've been here a few times. For us, it's some of our first visits, and we're absolutely loving it. But has it felt different with it being a final these past couple of days?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's unbelievable city. You know, this is my 7th time in Istanbul. You know, we were here a couple of months ago when we played Fenerbahce and went well for us. So everyone was saying we'll see you in May, and here we are now. So yeah, we came 2 nights ago. You know, lads trained yesterday. Everything was perfect. Everything is calm, confidence. You know, you can see, you can feel it. So hopefully can go out today and just grab the win, because you can see Villa fans, I think, just full in that square. Taksim Square is full of Villa fans. It's everywhere in Istanbul now. Everywhere you walk, you can see Villa fans. So hopefully the lads can do it for the fans today. It's a big, massive day for the club. Talking about 43 years now since the last European Cup, you know, the Super Cup in 1983. So this is the massive day for the football club. So yeah, fingers crossed all goes well for us today.
Yeah, we've been in the fan zone, and it's been absolutely amazing. Fans everywhere in the city, like Elmo said, and there is an air of optimism. But Lee, as kickoff is creeping closer, I don't know about you, but my heart is beating a little bit faster. How have you found the atmosphere sort of around the city, and what are the fans thinking from who you've spoken to? Because it's a privilege to be here. Obviously, there's a lot of people watching back home, but just try and get across to the people back home what everyone is thinking here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like you. I'm starting to get the butterflies now. I feel like I'm actually playing the game myself. But it's just, you know, what you said there. I mean, going round and seeing a lot of the fans over the past couple of days, I think everyone's feeling that we are going to go and win this game. You know, I've tried to play it down, because the thing is, it was only a few weeks back where we were not really in the greatest of forms, and people were a little bit nervous about the Forest game, but we showed massive character then. And I feel this time round, I think the confidence about the fans, you know, I think that's gone through to the players, and they proved that against Liverpool, Michelle. I felt that we've seen another good performance coming into this game. So, listen, I think obviously because we are the favourites in the comp, and we are the favourites this evening, you know, everyone's thinking that it's going to be a bit of a walk in the park. It's not going to be, but if we're anywhere near them 2 performances against Forest and Liverpool, we should be bringing that silverware back with us. Yeah,
Al, Lee's mentioned the Liverpool game there. That meant the Champions League is already sewn up before tonight, which is a relief. But this tonight is the pinnacle of the season. John McGinn has been talking about it this week. We'll have some player interviews in just a bit, but he was saying proudest moment as captain. For the players tonight, this is as big as it gets for this Villa group since they've been together, right?
And he's spot on. He really is, honestly, Michelle. I mean, it was a wonderful way to not quite end the season, but because there was a little bit of doubt, you know, if we go back as far as the Fulham game down in Fulham, and then we had a couple of, let's say, bumps in the road, but certainly the boys in the second half were absolutely fantastic. They really were. They were brilliant and deserve to be here, by the way. Deserve to be here, because if you add the semi-final, it's a 2-gamer. We went to Forest, we only got beat 1-0, could have been a lot worse, wasn't, and then we did the job at Villa Park. So I'm delighted he's parking the fact that Champions League football will be with us next year, which is fantastic. But this is the moment tonight. This is the moment the lads have an opportunity to make themselves heroes forever at Aston Villa.
Right?
History. I mean, we've been lucky this week. Lee and I have been with, I think there's about 9 or 10 of the 82 boys. Big Nigel Spink, my pal Alan Evans, You know, Des Bremner and Swaney and Peter Witt's here as well and stuff, the guy that got the goal. So they can make themselves quite literally superheroes if they're not already. But it's a big game and we've got a job to do, and let's hope we get it right tonight.
That's hard, isn't it, Elmo? Because I know you've been around the first team a little bit. It's hard, I guess, to have that focus. How have they been when you've seen them? I've heard on the grapevine they've been quite relaxed.
Yeah, they've been in a great mood, to be honest. You know, I spoke to John and the lads as well. So they're a bit calm. John was just like telling me they have that feeling, same feeling like the playoff final. I said to him, you better score then, you know, because he scored at the final, you know. So yeah, the experience of the team, talking always about the experience in the final, talking about the manager who holds the record, you know, 5 times finals before, won 4, lost 1 with Arsenal. So today he's 6 finals, so experience in the player, talking about World Cup final, you know, World Cup winner Emi Martinez in the keeper, and the lads as well, international level, they're high level. So this all these things, you know, is going to play a massive part today in the game. So I think yes, like Lee said, we got the chance, but finals was always 50-50. It doesn't matter, you know, who you're playing against. Freiburg is not in the final for nothing. They did very well. They work hard, and they are the 4th best team in Europe in set pieces. You're talking about Arsenal, Aston Villa 2nd, Inter Milan 3rd, and Freiburg 4th. So set pieces is very, very important today. You know, I was speaking to Aston about it, and he's working so hard on that. So hopefully it goes our way today.
How much do you think we take from that Liverpool game on Friday night? Because a lot of people, Lee, thought that maybe we'd come into that and Unai might play not a weakened team, but he might rotate, and he didn't.
Yeah, I think he surprised a lot, didn't he? I think everyone just was sort of reflecting on what the possibility of maybe fielding a similar side that he did against Spurs, but I felt that it's one of them. The Liverpool game was obviously picking the right team, and I felt that it was a really good call from him, because it was all about getting that momentum. I felt that, you know, you go and get a good first half, the lads against Liverpool, possibly go a goal up or 2 up, but what really impressed me is that the team he picked, I just felt that for this game in particular, it was important that we had our pretty much starting 11 that was starting that day, and that's where we've seen, you know, the boys put on a really good performance. You know, the likes of Ollie's been in great form, John McGinn again scoring an absolute worldie, but everything about the performance was really, really good. I mean, this is a Liverpool side who have spent fortune. I know they probably didn't have their full starting 11, but you've still got to put yourself up against the top sides, and that's what we did. This goal was absolutely stunning from John McGinn. Hopefully we see one of them tonight.
I thought we learned more about Liverpool than they did about us, because I think the lads have shown us that kind of performance is definitely in them. I include, to be honest, the Nottingham Forest game, because we were absolutely magnificent. But even the game on Friday night, because everybody was thinking, oh, Villa's, you know, they've really got to get a result. We didn't just get a result. And by the way, we deserved every bit of the 3 points the other night. And we need to make sure they work just as hard. And with a bit of luck for a Watkins or a John McGinn brilliance, then we'll get exactly what we want tonight. This could be destiny for the boys. Quite literally, a destiny to be a European winner.
Well, it's funny you say that, speaking of destiny, because let's just take a moment to remember what happened last time we won a European trophy.
Mortimer, Shaw, Williams prepared to adventure down the left. There's a good ball played in for Tony Morley. Oh, he must be! And it is! Peter Will! Villa in the lead! A brilliant breakout, and look at the embracing, and now look at the replay.
Well, your captain's got the European Cup.
And they're celebrating, those Villa fans, as Dennis Mortimer raises that marvellous silver trophy aloft here in Holland. Villa have done it. There were a few anxious moments, but the goal by Peter With is going to be worth a fortune to them.
What a night. Delighted to say alongside me, Nigel Spinks and Peter Wood. What an absolute honour to have you both with me on such a momentous occasion. We've just had a quick look back at what happened on that famous night. But for you being here this evening, how have the last couple of days been? And is it bringing back some very special memories?
Yeah, of course it brings back a lot of memories. You know, we've wasted a long time. We celebrated all together. and we celebrated the 40th anniversary, and then we celebrated the 42nd anniversary. So for us to get now here to this stage, and all credit to the club, they brought us all back together to come and watch the game. So we're really looking forward to the game. We've had a great few days, been a bit hectic, as it is with everyone, but we've enjoyed it.
Yeah, it is a hectic city, isn't it? Look, Nigel, talk us through that evening, because for you, coming on, really, that was it then. That started such a special journey for you with this club, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was surreal, really. I didn't have a clue that Jimmy Rimmer was injured, so I just used the hour before the game to enjoy the atmosphere and be in front of the supporters. And I know after 10 minutes, it all changed for me. But I think not knowing was a big thing, massive thing for me, allowed me to perform.
Obviously, at that time, Villa were doing really well. All the English clubs in Europe were doing brilliantly. But for Villa to wait this long to be hopefully successful in Europe again, are you surprised with how long it's taken?
I am, but I think with regards to the way the clubs have been now, with regards to the amount of money and the size of the squads has been important for a lot of clubs, because the size of the squad means you can rotate around, and unfortunately Aston Villa haven't had that type of squad that they could rotate players and take them in and take them out. And unfortunately, the first game that I went to was the Tottenham game, it was the Spurs game, and it was probably the worst performance that they've had, but he was trying new players. And then all of a sudden from there, they've gone to Forest, Liverpool, and all of a sudden now scoring goals and now playing really well.
Yeah, it's been quite a journey. The atmosphere that you've experienced in the last couple of days around Istanbul, and the atmosphere is starting to fill up tonight, does it remind you of what happened in May 1982? Is this something that obviously you've experienced before? How does it compare? Can you compare it?
Yeah, I mean, it does compare, but it's, you know, when we on the night we were focused on the job we had to do, so you do sort of block that out a little bit. I think for us guys that are over here watching the game tonight, it's been far more nerve-wracking because we've been in the build-up with the supporters before the game, so it's become more increasingly nervous, and I'd rather be playing 100% rather than watching.
How hard though is it to prepare for a final like this? Because the guys were saying before, you know, this is a one-off game, anything can happen. So what is the mentality of these players right now? What were you like at this point before the final?
We were actually quite relaxed. I remember us all coming onto the pitch, and we were all waving to our families, and we were all taking pictures. We were all saying, take a picture of me, take a picture. So we were very relaxed, knowing that we were the underdogs anyway, because Bayern Munich had something like 6 internationals and we had 3. So it was one of them sort of situations. But I think once we crossed the line, I talk about crossing the white line. Once we crossed the white line, that game on, as it were. I know, unfortunately for Jimmy, you know, to go 10 minutes and then all of a sudden someone says to you're on, and he goes, oh, it's me. And he, you know, the first thing he did, someone made a cross, and I thought, I always said to him, the first thing you do is important. And the first thing he done is he plucked this ball out of the air, and that settled him down as far as I was concerned.
I can't imagine that, like coming on in a final of such magnitude, it must have just been quite overwhelming, but you seem to just handle it so well.
Yeah, I mean, I played God knows how many reserve games for the club, and that was all the experience I had to work with. So I just went out and played. It sounds incredible, but just went out and played how I knew I'd played in reserve games before that. I'd had one appearance against Forest in '77, so I knew what it was like to be around these lads, but we never really trained with the first team, the reserves, so it was yeah, I mean, I just went out and did what I thought was right, and it worked out.
But to be fair to him, I mean, he used to come out when I used to practice shooting and practice finishing, and he was hard to beat. You have some goalkeepers where you know you can beat them, but he was very hard to beat because he pulled off some great saves in training, and he also pulled off some great saves in the game.
You're both history makers. How has it been, you know, living with that all this time, and how much do you want these boys to be history makers tonight? No,
we want success for the club. It's the most important thing. And, you know, when you see in competitions that they've played in, you want them to do well in all the competitions. But for it to be the way it has this season, I'm fortunate enough for me to watch them play Nottingham Forest, who was my old teams, and to put in the performance that they did was breathtaking, was brilliant as far as I was concerned.
I think we just want to ease that Champions League trophy along the shelf a little bit and put a new one there, you know. So just expand the trophy cabinet a bit.
Look, how do you see tonight going then, each of you? Like, what do you think is going to happen tonight, Peter?
Well, when I woke up this morning, if someone woke me up at 6 o'clock this morning ringing my phone, I was like, looked out the window and I seen all the rain and everything, and I was thinking, what sort of day is it going to be? But to be fair, the way it is now and the atmosphere that is in the stadium just now, I think it's one of them that you just got to take it in, and I think that we've blended in with the supporters, and I think that the players, hopefully, well, no, I wouldn't say hopefully, I think they will be ready to play the game. I think it's always tough games, finals, but who knows, maybe a 1-0 win. Number 9, but I don't think a number 9.
That sounds familiar. What do you reckon?
Well, I think we'll know in the first 10 minutes or so. I think whether it's going to be a coy game or whether, you know, how Freiburg are going to play, because we don't know a lot about them, and if they're going to sit back a little bit, then it'll give us a few problems, because we like playing on the counter-attack. So it's going to be an interesting first 10 or 15 minutes, and I think we'll know then what sort of a game it's going to be. If we can score in that 10 or 15 minutes and bring them out a little bit, then I think it's going to be a really entertaining game.
Well, look, you two are two of the very best players of that match. Just final thoughts that they'll be having before they go out. Before we let you go, what are they thinking in that dressing room right now?
I would think, knowing John McGinn, and I know him quite well, I would think that John McGinn will be saying to the players, come on, let's emulate that 82 team. Let's pick us a European trophy. I said to you a 1-0, but I actually think it's going to be 3-1.
I love that. That was my score prediction earlier as well, so yeah. I'll go with that.
I'm going 2-1 as well, absolutely.
Right,
yeah.
Let's have some goals and let's keep our fingers crossed. Thank you both so much. Enjoy this evening and fingers crossed for a Villa win. Let's have a look now at what some of our generation, this generation, are saying about their European journey this season.
This occasion is for you.
This is probably the biggest game since I joined the club. For me, it's like I've been in a World Cup final, you know.
It's going to be a special match.
It's going to be incredible just being there, and we're going to give 110%.
So see you in Istanbul.
Aston Villa are going to Istanbul on the final of the Europa League in 2026.
This one has particular significance to me and the team, really.
It's our first Europa League group stage game.
It started our good run that we went on early on in the season. To get that goal, I think it was my first of the season, or maybe my second, but first of the season. It was special, and it certainly got us a bit of momentum back and got Villa Park rolling again. So that was a great goal by Guinea.
This is football, and you must respect each team.
Second picture is a big moment actually. So it's my old club from my old hometown. Great result there, so it was very special to me, but also to the team.
This is my first goal in European competition. Personally important moment for me, special goal, and also help the team to get our first win in Europa playing away.
That was a great finish and a great away win as well, and that was also another key part to our season, getting to where we are now.
I choose this one as a special moment personally as well.
The second one is my first European goal for Aston Villa as well. Against Maccabi. It was a beautiful goal for me and the team.
First one of myself, it's when I scored in Basel. Very happy moment for myself. Scored the winning goal in Basel to win the game, and I think it was qualifiers for the next round. So yeah, I was really pleased with that.
You don't want to be a maybe team, we want something to show for it.
Shout out to the skipper, John McGinn. He's just a great person to be around, and I just feel like he's a great captain to have, and I'm very happy to play alongside him.
This is the first picture I chose. It's Jamal scoring late on against Salzburg. Might seem a strange one to choose, but obviously it's not easy being an academy graduate at a club like Aston Villa. So for a local boy to score the goal, Caden assisted him as well. It was an important goal, and it meant that every second leg could be at home.
I chose Emi Martinez. I feel like this season he's been incredible. He's very respected in the dressing room and he's very experienced, so when it comes to these type of competitions, he always shows up.
Marco was outstanding in the group stage. He's a really good guy. He pushed myself in training and we pushed each other. A lovely human being, and I think whoever plays in the final, we both have a big part in this Europa League campaign.
I chose my goal against Fenerbahce.
Yeah, great header.
Which confirmed our second spot in the group stage, so it was a very good moment and a tough win in Fenerbahce.
To get the only goal at the stadium, I feel like it was a wonderful feeling and a great moment for me.
Yeah, that was a great win in Turkey, where we're heading as well, so had to pick that one.
I've chosen Ole's second goal against Bologna because it was a 3-1, and I think that sealed the tie for us. Even though we still had the game at home, we knew that at home, when we got the win, if we scored the first goal, we would be through to the semi-final, which is a great achievement for us.
I chose the manager because I thought he's a leader. He's a guy who's most Europa League trophies in football history. Hopefully he can win his 5th.
Yes, I think we've learnt a lot, and now we need to pull together and go one more.
I choose this one, Villa Park.
It's been outstanding since I joined the club. It's a joy playing under the lights at Villa Park. I thought it's a major part of this journey.
I think the atmosphere in our stadium is incredible. What we live in the semi-final against Forest especially was fantastic, something I will remember forever. The semi-final, I think every face of anyone here in this picture speaks by himself. A special moment for everyone, as a team, as a club. Yeah, a really emotional moment.
I could have chosen a million photos from this night. Probably, if not, one of the favourite nights I've ever had at Villa Park. Scoring in a European semi-final second leg to help take us to Istanbul was something I never forget. The connection I felt with the supporters scoring both goals, and obviously in front of my family as well. That one is particular significance, and hopefully it's the same celebration in Istanbul.
Aston Villa, their first major European final since 1982.
Nottingham Forest, after we beat them, to reach the final.
Everyone involved in this picture play a huge part in the whole season for the team.
I think it's very easy for us to get the limelight when we are the ones scoring the goals or assisting, but it wouldn't be possible with the coaching staff, the medical staff, everyone who sacrifices a big part of their life for this club to be successful. So
that shows what we're about. We fight for each other.
Everyone celebrating together in the dressing room.
Truly just happy.
That picture shows how good we are as a team and as a group.
No stopping Aston Villa. They have been irresistible.
The Europa League trophy. It's a competition I grew up watching.
I think it's been missing. Since I've been in the club for 5-6 years, we achieved everything apart from a silverware. So
We have one more game to go to secure the trophy, and I'm just looking forward to the day, and hopefully we can bring the trophy home.
For our fans, I think they are desperate to win together another trophy for this fantastic club.
We're one step away from making Aston Villa a European champion again, and that's all I can think about from now until Wednesday night.
Besiktas Park, the Freiburg fans, they've turned up early. They're keen, aren't they, Lee?
Yeah, they are.
The Villa fans start to come in. Just hearing the players talk about the final in their own words there. It's such a big moment. These are moments that define careers. They flew in yesterday afternoon. What were the last... Monday afternoon. What day are we? Wednesday. I'm losing track. So they've been here a couple of days. What will the last couple of days look like for them?
Listen, I think they'll be just trying to relax, trying to take their mind off things, and obviously we just don't get the occasion to take over the performance, do you? And that's where I think the manager will know. This is where he uses experience, don't we? They fly out here, they have a nice chilled out. I'm sure they'll do a bit of training. I'm sure Almo said that they'll do some light training. I think they trained on the pitch, didn't they?
They trained here yesterday afternoon.
So just getting a feel for the stadium, the pitch, and just the understanding of what they're going to have to do tonight to perform and really put upon a performance for everyone.
It's not a usual preparation for a game, Alan. You know, they flew in, as Lee said, you see them arriving there at Istanbul airport, and then training at the stadium instead of their own training ground. Little things like that. Do they throw you off at all as a player?
I used to really like it, genuinely. Doesn't matter if it's a Tuesday or Wednesday playing in Europe. I used to love going a day early and then going to the stadium to wherever the hell we were in Europe, etc., and get the opportunity to just feel the stadium. And it's obviously when there's nobody in it. I mean, all you get, I think the media maybe get half an hour or something, and then whatever the manager wants to work on, we can work on. Normally even just half the pitch. But I used to really like it, genuinely, and I think it's a good thing for them doing that. I'm not sure how many times we've done it, because it's probably because it's the favourite, it's just that little bit of difference, if you know what I mean. And good news, the boys have just arrived, which is absolutely fantastic.
Wow.
You can't start to see the noise now.
That at home. That is incredible.
So yeah, but I think it's a good thing, genuinely. And I don't think it's not necessarily that it's thrown off anything different they haven't done before, because there have been a couple of times they've probably gone and trained on the pitch. But I used to really like it, Michelle. It was one of the things that I was looking forward to, and you knew it was your last training session before you came back to the stadium to play the game, and I always used to think it was an advantage.
We can see them wandering out now, and look, Tammy Abraham's coming out, we've got Jamie Santry down there. These are players we may or may not expect to start. Who knows what Unemi's going to do, but there's Leon Bailey as well. You said you've been around the Malmo this week.
I can't hear anything.
Can you hear anything I'm saying? But they look incredibly relaxed, like you said. What's this moment like, walking out in a final and checking out the pitch?
Yeah, it's unbelievable, you know. You can get the feeling. You see Big Tommy, you know, it's a home ground for him. Tommy used to play here for Besiktas, so he got a great welcome yesterday from everyone here. You see Villa fans, they're just excited to see the lads out there, you know. All of them, like I said, experienced players is very important. So you were talking about manager coming 2 days earlier, you know, it's not unusual for him. He always likes to have a training Bloody Murid and then fly after that, getting ready for the game. But it's different this time because of the destination. You know, it's 4 hours flight, so it's better for the lads to come here first and then train here, have a rest and all of that. So I think it was a good idea from the manager, and then they are ready, everyone is ready, all is fit. Big Onana's back now, you know, trained yesterday with the lads, looked very good, you know. So the manager got a headache now to choose, because when he played Lindelof, it was absolutely outstanding. Big Onana coming back, it's a big situation for the manager, because set pieces is very important to talk about, and both of them are very good. So it's a choice for the manager to take. So whoever is going to pick, they're going to give their best today.
Lee, does it make any difference with time zones and things? Will they have stayed on UK time? Because here in Istanbul it is 8:30.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they've got to adjust, haven't they? But these guys have played at international level, they've played at top flight level, so it's not a massive adjustment, is it? It's a couple of hours change, and that's where they just have to get their head around.
By the way, it might even add to the whole entertainment of everything, and they know that they have to. Maybe dinner was a little later. Maybe they let them sleep until, I don't know, 4 o'clock or something. So things like that might be different. But trust me, when 10 o'clock comes, the boys will be ready to rock and roll. Don't worry about that.
You can't see this behind us, but Tyrone Mings is just bopping along. He's absolutely loving it. He's just stood out there enjoying it. And do you know what? Even though it's an hour and a half before kick-off, the Villa fans are already in here in their numbers, aren't they?
Well, I'm just looking round. I mean, Freiburg have been here for quite some time, and a lot of our fans are still in that square enjoying themselves at the minute, which I can understand, but we're still making a lot more noise than them, and there's still a lot more Villa fans to come in. But I mean, listen, that noise alone just gives you the tingle, doesn't it? The hairs stand up on the back of your neck. Imagine what the players are thinking. And by the way, I've just looked round at the lads and they look so cool and calm and relaxed. I love it.
How? But
what we want to see.
But you've all played. Elmo, how are they so relaxed at this moment?
Yeah, because they experience, they've been in the finals before and they know they have to calm down. Because that nerve is, in the first 15, 20 minutes, it will come out, So in the warm-up, you have to have a good warm-up. And like I said, you look at all of them, they've been there before. Talking about big stage, big players always show up in the big stage. This is a massive stage for them tonight, and they all know they can't ride themselves tonight in the history of this football club. John McGinn, he's been on the club for 8 years now, He won a playoff final with the club. He's been there for 8 years. He's been 3 years now as a captain, so that's his night tonight to hold that trophy behind you.
I know the trophy is just on the touchline from us. There's Ezri Konsa taking it all in. They've even taken their earbuds out tonight, Al, so they want to take it all in. They don't normally do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I go back to what you said about maybe training at the stadium. Would that make things a little different? Well, to a certain extent, but the reason the earphones are out is because they want to take this in. They want to really listen to the noise, because it's not anywhere near yet what they're going to get when they start walking out together just before the game begins. Then they really will hear. And it's a brilliant stadium, by the way, just so everybody knows, if you've never ever been here. It's a huge bowl and it creates an unbelievable noise.
It's very unusual, isn't it? Because we walked down yesterday and just to paint a picture, we sort of came up came down from the hill and we were looking down on the stadium and we were like, it doesn't look very big. It sort of looked like it was only one tier. And then you step down from the road and it's almost sunken down, isn't it, Al?
It's about 3, 4, 5 stories down from the level of where you would maybe come in. So it really is right down. But the noise in here at kick-off is going to be absolutely unbelievable. I can't wait. I just cannot wait. And I hope the lads genuinely soak this in, into the dressing room, go through your routine, get ready.
There are some very lucky fans, and we are very lucky to be here, of course. If you are back home, maybe you come to the warehouse to watch what's going on, the Sports Illustrated warehouse. There are thousands of you in there tonight, looking forward to this game, and we should bring you some pictures of that now. There they are, all set outside Villa Park.
Oh,
and there they are. Hello, Villa Park, just outside at least. Hello, Birmingham. Hello, home. We are live in the warehouse. Say hello, boys.
Oh, the Villa. Look at them.
Up the Villa.
Up the Villa.
Somebody get me a Guinness, will you?
So, yeah, we have Villains in the stadium. We have Villa fans up in the Taxon Park. We've also got 3,000 of you watching there in the Sports Illustrated warehouse back outside Villa Park. And you are here with us every step of the way this evening. You've got familiar with Taxon Square over the last few days. I'll tell you what, I walked down earlier, it was buzzing. Do you reckon they'll all be heading down now, starting to soak up? Because our stadium announcer Russ is having the time of his life up there.
Well, it's hard not to, isn't it? I mean, it's just, what a place to walk down. I mean, I've tried to get out of somewhere and I've literally had to come past all the fans. They've had pulling my hair.
That was me.
Sorry, that was back. No, but
you haven't,
honestly, it was literally unbelievable. I mean, I felt like a superstar. Imagine what these guys are going to feel like today. And that's what it's all about. Come out, soak the pressure up. Every one of our fans are absolutely buzzing for this. Honestly, everyone you speak to, we're confident, we're right frame of mood. But this is a cup final, we can't forget that. We have to give the Freiburg respect, and that's where we can't just take it for granted. It won't happen. We'll put a performance on today, and we'll do it that.
Why is Unai Emery such an expert at this stage? Like Elmo said, you said 4 times that Unai Emery's won it. He knows what he's doing. So what are his preparations? Tell me what you know about his preparations behind the scenes right now.
No, the preparation for the final is like any game, you know. But what gets in the players' head is everything, you know, is going to happen in during 90 minutes or 120 minutes. You know, penalties can go to penalties. So it's a different situation. I had a manager used to say to me, you know, when you play in the final, if you start 11 and you finish 11 player, you know, you got a great chance to win the final, because these little details can play a massive difference. Everyone said Aston Villa going to win the final, but they're a good team, you know, like I said. They're not here in the final, you know, from nothing. They did very well. They had a great game against Braga. It was a very good team. So preparation for the final is always going to be different from any other team. But, you know, last couple of games, we're playing against Forest, playing against Liverpool, you know, we did very well. So make sure, if we play the same tonight, I'm telling you, we're gonna win this game easily, you know. But we have.
I like it, Alba.
We have to be in this mindset, you know. We start against Liverpool, absolutely outstanding, you know. This goal from Morgan just set the standard. Even what I like about that, when we concede, we had a great reaction from everyone. You see John McGee just getting the lights, just starting again, you know. Oli Watkins, you know, leading the line from the front. Emi Martinez from the back. So you got leaders in the team. These leaders needs to show up today, you know. Big stage always needs big players, and then we have big players in the team.
I think Elmo makes a great point there about there will be times in the game where the guys will have to dig deep and show real good character, just in case you go a goal behind or a decision against us. And what Elmo said was right, you know, we got a goal, Liverpool get one back, and we still were better than them and went on and still created everything more than what Liverpool did. And hopefully we'll do exactly the same with Freiburg.
As a player, how much confidence has it given you, Lee, knowing that Unai's been and done this 4 times?
We've got that added extra, but the sprinkles on top with Unai for what he's done and what he knows about this competition, you know, success alone. He'll know what to do. We talk about all the preparation in the changing room. He'll be adding his own experience of being in this competition, which is brilliant for us. It really is, because, you know, he'll be trying to relax the players. He'll be trying to make sure that the big players need that, maybe the arm round and telling them what to do. But listen, when you've got someone who's done that and wore the t-shirt, I mean, that is hugely to our advantage. But he can't put 11 shirts on and come out and play for the players. He's got to build them up. He's got to get them singing off the same hymn sheet. And if they do, with Elmo, I do feel that we could blow teams away, but we need to be at the level that we were at Liverpool and the second leg against Forest, because that's where we are at our best.
Well, let's see now if we can hear from the Villa boss, Unai Emery, searching for his 5th Europa League title.
We are so proud how we are doing the way during the season in Europa League, and it's something we are feeling as a special competition to share with our supporters. They were following us in all the countries we were playing, and of course gave us a lot of energy when we were in the process in Europa League. And now playing the final is something so special. After a long time not playing one final in Europe is really something fantastic. The supporters will be with us in Istanbul, will travel with us there and enjoy one match for a trophy. And of course we are here in football for trophies, for prestige, and I think Europe is giving us it, and we must share with our supporters, with all the Villa supporters and fans. We must try to share everything we are now living in the moment we are, and of course especially on Wednesday in Istanbul. And for me it's a huge responsibility to play again the final with Aston Villa, because I know how the difficult is to get a trophy, how the difficult is to play one final, and of course how we are being this year in Europe, playing so disciplined, so respectful with all the team we played, and achieving this final and make me again proud of how I can help the players, I can help the club with my experience to arrive here, to get here. But especially and mostly our own experiences here, because we are 3 years in Europe playing. We achieved the semi-final in 2 years ago against Olympiacos in Conference League. We played last year against PSG, the winner the winner in Champions League last year, we played quarter final, and we were testing ourselves how was our level against them, and we showed our level, high level as well. We showed it, and this year we are going to play the final. It's 3 competitions in Europe, different competition, 3 different levels, and more or less performing well. And this year, especially, being I think the maximum we can have now in Europe is to play this final.
Finally, you mentioned the supporters. There'll be close to 11,000 of them inside Besiktas Park, but thousands more lining the streets of Istanbul and supporting at home. This season has seen them follow us all around Europe, giving the team their energy. Do you have a final message for those supporters ahead of the final?
Thankful the supporters, they will be there with us, and a lot of supporters, they can't be there with us, but they are going to follow us, and it's a special day and very important day for them, because it's the heart of us, the heart of every supporters, every fans of Aston Villa. And being with us in Istanbul, or being here in Birmingham, or being in all the world supporting Aston Villa is something we must everybody feel proud of our work and of our heart following Aston Villa.
He's not one to go across to the fan to do a lap every match. You see some managers do that, you see some managers give it the fist pumps. He's more understated, but he said exactly what he feels there, hasn't he?
I mean, he does enough on the touchline, does. I mean, his emotion, and he can't stay still, can he? Because he's almost playing the game himself, and I think he touches on about the fans, how good they've been for the football club, and how much it means to the football club. And as you said, Michelle, it's not all about going and giving it the fist pumps and stuff. He's a very sophisticated guy, isn't he? Where he knows the time when he can be upbeat and excited, and the fans love that, because at times he can be very subdued, but when we've got a result under our belt, or we can score the goal, he's energetic on the side, and he's interacting with the fans, and they love that. And that's probably how good he is as a manager, isn't he? His identity is absolutely spot on, so professional.
Freiburg then. Ooh. I mean, their fans travel in their numbers, can see that. They've been making some good noise across the city, not as much as Villa, not as much as Lee Hendry. But Al, from what you've seen of them, what do you expect tonight? They score a lot of goals, don't they?
Yeah, I've said to people for the last 2 or 3 weeks, even before they played Celta, because they were scoring 3 goals, 2 goals, 4 goals in quick succession. I've been speaking to a few people, and they're saying they're very good at set pieces. They're pretty high up there, but I think Elmo's already spoken about it. So we're going to have to be careful, and I think Lee's right. We have to give them full respect. I mean, this is a European final. They've gone through a little adversity as well, because they weren't fancied at all, not even to go to Celta and turn them over. So they've obviously got some players. They've got a couple of really good players. Little boy in the middle of the park from Switzerland's a good player. But to be honest, if we play at our top level, I'll be disappointed if we're not better than they are. But nevertheless, they have proven and showed in the German Bundesliga, and also in this competition, they're well capable. When they get 1, they get 2 and 3. So we give them as much respect as we can, but we do the right things, and hopefully we'll restrict them to maybe not scoring a goal, hopefully.
Yeah, their league finished at the weekend, and they snuck into the Europa Conference League at the moment, Elmo. But from what Al said, from everything you've seen of them, how big a test are they going to post tonight? Because this is huge for them tonight, isn't it?
Yes, I watched the 2 games against Braga. I watched the game against Leipzig on the weekend. A very good team, organized team. The good thing is they play man-to-man, and we deal very well with the teams playing man-to-man. So you got the players, when you play against team playing man-to-man, you have to use your ability. When we have that, you get the John McGinn, man on one-on-one, he'll take his player on. Morgan Rogers the same, Buendia the same, even Oli Watkins. So that way you have a chance, you have spaces behind the fullbacks and the space behind the back four, you can hit that goal from Emi Martina, and we saw it against teams, we saw it against Burnley, we saw it against Liverpool as well. Oli Watkins used the space very well, so we have to use all of these things today. Set pieces, we spoke about it, we have to be careful because they are very good. They got a physical team who can fight. So we defending set pieces, we are great, going forward set pieces, but defending set pieces, we have to be on it today. Concentration in high level today, because they are very good. Not only corners or free kicks, as well through wins. You know, it's a bit like Bramford, you know, so we have to be careful today.
So I'm just thinking, like, I mean, they're coming here and they'll give us respect, believe me. I mean, and that's the thing that is, you know, there'll be a fear factor that they're coming up against a side like the way we are and the way we're setting up and the way we're beating teams, we're beating the likes of Liverpool, you know, the fashion that we did against Forest. So there'll be a nervous energy about these guys as well. There's no doubt of that. And that's where we need to take full advantage of. You know, we need to, Elmo said, if it is that we are having a sort of man-to-man mark system against us.
We get man-to-man mark by these sprinters every European evening.
We have to use that to our advantage. And you know, Elmo, it's a real
Lee,
if
they're going to press us and try and make us make mistakes, I think what Elmo says, right, that one in being the fullbacks and playing that a longer ball every now and again, and the manager's been brilliant at saying if it's on and you can do it quickly, then do it, absolutely do it. So for sure, absolutely brilliant.
Their first ever continental final as well.
I've got yes.
Oh right, well, Lee, are you coming back?
Don't worry.
He's off.
Don't worry.
He's off to go and do an interview for another broadcaster. We won't take it personally.
No.
There's me.
Thank goodness he's away.
He's coming back, I hope. Or maybe he's just off to get on someone's shoulders again.
Yeah.
But look, it's Freiburg's first ever continental final. They'll be feeling the pressure.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. I mean, excuse me, we're talking about us not having that for 43, 44 years, getting to a European final. And obviously the impact in the football club and the impact in the fans is just unbelievable. It's huge, and we're all wanting the same thing. But Freiburg, you know, like I say, we give them as much respect as we can. They've made it to a final and they deserve every bit of that. So they are actually also naturally, you know, a little nervous. Even the fans, that nervous energy that it brings them. But quite honestly, we're coming into the game favourites, Michelle, and I think rightly. I think we've been favourites since I don't know, since the knockout stages. Everybody's expecting, with obviously our manager in charge, with every time he plays in the competition, he does so well. So we still have to give them respect. And obviously, Elmo's talked about the physicality and the set pieces. Well, every player who plays tonight knows exactly what's coming, and we have to be ready for that.
We've talked about it a few times, haven't we? The difference between the Premier League and European evenings. Does that really stand out in a final? The way it's
nothing stands out in the final. You know, what stands out is your performance on 90 minutes or 120 minutes. You know, so everyone will say maybe Aston Villa will win this, but it doesn't work like that. You know, it's 50-50. Finals always 50-50. Like I said, anything can happen. You know, we have to be careful today with the ref, because this ref, you know, is so quick with his cards out. You know, either yellow or red. You know, it doesn't hesitate. You have to be careful. You have to respect the ref today. High-level ref. He's been in the Euro finals before, you know, so you have to give him a respect. But you have to play our way, you know. We have to play our way. Talk about set pieces, you know. They will be watching like us against Liverpool. We concede 2 from set pieces, you know. So we have to be concentrated today. You know, physicality is very important in final. And little details, you know, little details can make the difference. So if you man marking in the set pieces, if you zone marking, so you have to be on your 120% focus today. You know, going forward, I have no doubt for us today we'll score. Absolutely, you know, but we have to defend well. You keep a clean sheet today, I guaranteed you we will win the game.
I can't believe how we started against Forest though. I mean, in the second leg it was absolutely phenomenal. The way that it came out of the blocks, the way the fans were just at it as well from the get-go. What are you expecting from the start tonight? Is because we know that Unai Emery can manage a game. It can ebb and flow. He can make the team calm. He can make them put the foot on the gas. So from the first whistle tonight, what do you think is going to happen?
I hope we are full foot on the gas. I think if we can put them under pressure early in the game, I think we'll really test their character. We're talking about how physicality they have and about set pieces, but in general play, that's where I think we're better, and that's why I would love to see us really push them and make their goalkeeper work as often as we can in the first 20 minutes. We'll decide. I mean, as a player, you quite quickly get into the game after about 10-12 minutes and you know kind of how the game's going to go, to be honest. But I would like to see us put them under a little bit of pressure and see how they can handle that early on in the game, because I think Elmo's right. I think if we score first, naturally we keep a clean sheet. I think Elmo's right. I think we do win. But if we can score first, you put a huge bit of doubt in their mind, because they know A, how good we are, B, we've already qualified for Champions League, and we have one of the best managers in the whole of Europe, and that'll put a seed of doubt in their mind.
Having that Champions League place secure now, does it just take a tiny bit of pressure off? Does it?
I think so. A little bit of pressure because we've got Champions League. The only thing is, the pressure comes with it being a European final.
I know,
it carries its own pressure, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't matter, you know, it doesn't matter. Of course, yeah, it's a great for the football club to qualify for the Champions League. Great for the fans, you know, playing in some great stadiums next year, you know, hosting some big clubs at Villa Park. But this is a final, you know. You can't write your name in the history of a football club tonight, you know. And all of them, they know that, you know. Like I said, you know, the few of them, they've been at the club for a long time, and they want to finish their career with the club in a very, very high level, you know, which is tonight is a very high level. When you win a European trophy with the club, you write your name in the history of the football club. So this is the night. This is the 90 minute or 120 minute. Doesn't matter, you know, how long it takes to just hold the cup behind you, you know. John McGinn got a great chance today to be absolutely a hero of this football. He's already a hero, but make him more tonight, John.
I tell you, I go back to when I was speaking about the way we're playing, the way the manager was actually speaking about he always speaks about progressing, getting better, realising situations, etc., Michel. And I was thinking about the goal and the situation we put ourselves in to make sure we had home leg advantage on all the knockout games, and it's such a big thing. It's a huge thing. You're going to do the teams. You're going to.
That was just me. Leaning in to see the team.
It's too far away. I can't read that either.
What we'll do is we'll dive into the teams in just a minute. Just after this, we'll be back. So stay right there. So after this little video, we're going to dive in to the team news. I was trying to dive into your screen there, but I promise we'll be back in a moment after this.
I have to look the camera or?
Okay. See what you guys are doing here. I think it's been a great season in Europe. We've been performing great as a team, and obviously if we can top it off with a win in the final, that would be unbelievable. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Obviously the club's going in one direction. Obviously to be from Birmingham myself, that gives it that extra bit of pride, that extra bit of love within my heart and within my family. So yeah, it's such a proud and immense feeling to play for this club, and to do that in a final will be something that I can't quite put into words.
You know, to make it into the final this season, you know, words can't describe how amazing that feels, not just for me, but, you know, for the fans. You know, fans who have been there following us throughout the 7 years I've been here, you know, non-stop supporting, non-stop travelling. You know, I really hope that we can bring this home.
I'm so happy for the supporters that they've shared this journey, because we're all conscious that there's other generations of Villa fans that have seen European success. Us being able to contribute that, certainly the players that have been here a long time, probably feels a little bit more special, but I think it's been an amazing journey, one I'm extremely proud of.
To play a final in a European competition is not happening every day. So I think everyone involved in this club, and mostly our fans, they were desperate during many years to have this chance. So us as a team and as a club, we are in front of a big opportunity, and we are really excited and well prepared to play this game.
It's a special moment, yeah. It's going to be an amazing, obviously, occasion, and hopefully we can give you Villa fans the enjoyment and bringing back a trophy.
Growing up as a young boy, you dream of lifting trophies and scoring winners in the finals, and you kind of recreate in the back garden. So a chance for me to be able to play in that environment with Aston Villa would mean everything to me. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm thoroughly excited, and yeah, can't wait to get going.
I remember doing an interview a few months back saying that maybe at the end of the season, the group that is able to maintain calm the best will find themselves successful at the end of the season, and I think we've demonstrated that as a group of players.
We compete really strong, so we are one step ahead to make history for the club.
Obviously doing what we've achieved so far is great, but obviously the topping it off would be a trophy. Yeah, that's what we're all dreaming of, and hopefully we can make everyone's dreams come true.
Obviously winning a European trophy would be unbelievable. I won a few trophies in my career, but I think this would be the biggest one so far. So, like I said, I'm really looking forward to it. I don't think I could tell you what it means, but yeah, it means the world to me. Something I've wanted to do ever since I've joined this club is to bring some silverware home, and I've got the opportunity to do that on Wednesday.
Right then, as promised, let's have a little look at the teams for this evening, starting with Freiburg, our opponents, and this is their starting 11. And just some names to watch out for their defenders. Can pop up with a couple of goals. Kubler has got 2 in this competition this season. Matkovic loves to go forward. He starts. He's got 3 goals this season. Suzuki in midfield is a danger man, and Grupo, their captain as well, bit of a talisman. He's got 5 goals and 4 assists, so 9 goal goals across the Europa League this season. So that is the Freiburg team, and some names for you to watch out for tonight. Let's bring you the Villa team then for this Europa League final. So in goal, of course, it's Emi Martinez. We've got Matty Cash. This is the team that started the second leg against Forest. Victor Lindelof starts again. Esri Conte, your captain, John McGinn. Yuri Tillemans and Emi Buendia in the midfield as well. Luca Digne, fullback. Paul Torres is in there too. Morgan Rogers and Ollie Watkins will lead the line. Is that what you guys are expecting how you start? That is the team that performed so well on that second leg against Forest.
Yeah, I don't think there's any surprises, and the good news is after Friday evening, there was no injury worries for us either, so I think the managers had the opportunity to pick a team that's been tried and tested at the top end when pressure was on, when we needed a result. And I think I'm actually delighted for Lindelof because he's done nothing wrong, and every time he comes in he's been fantastic, and all of a sudden the manager says, okay, I want you to play this particular position for me, and he was absolutely fantastic, and he deserves a place in the team tonight. But yeah, that's a pretty strong team, Elmo, isn't it?
Of course, yeah, as expected, it was I think the team picking himself, it was either Big Onana coming back to the team, but I think he trained yesterday, but the manager doesn't want to take the risk from the start. So Lindelof, we're talking about him, very experienced player. You can see him against Forest. I think he was my man of the match against Forest. He did everything right. Talking about he played in a high level before, he won this competition before, so he knows exactly how to deal with pressures, and he's very important in set pieces as well. He can hit the ball, he can defend well. So I think the manager went with the right decision today. So same again like we did against Forest at Villa Park. Honestly, start the game high intensity, first 15-20 minutes, very, very important in this final. You have to calm down, take everything easy, but make sure concentration level is very high.
I mean, the lads are sitting in the dressing room just now, Michelle, they're looking across it, knowing this 11 is exactly the team that played against Nottingham Forest, and exactly the team that was managing to get a result under pressure, having obviously only got beat 1-0 at the City ground. So I can see even I'm really confident now, because I think it's a really, really strong lineup, genuinely strong lineup, and that might be as strong as we've got, to be honest. We do have obviously players on the bench that can come in and do a job. With a bit of luck, that 11 might make it a lot easier for some of the subs coming on, because with a bit of luck we'll be done and dusted.
We've got to lose another one. Elmo's going to do some more duties, so we're going to let you go. Elmo, fingers crossed to see you later after a win. Thank you so much.
No Villa.
Hey, look, it's just going to be me and you then for the next 15 minutes. Do you know what? It's a good job we can talk, isn't it? We've been on this journey then since September, and I know you've been on a few brilliant European away days, but how does this compare to your experiences with Aston Villa and the work you've done for the club?
I'm getting excited. To be honest, since we touched down, everybody's been excited. I'm excited even at the thought of coming to play. I mean, when we turned Forest over, the noise in the stadium at Villa Park was just absolutely astonishing, and everybody was carried along in this Euro fever. They really were. It was absolutely fantastic, and they've been here in their numbers. There's absolutely thousands and thousands of Villa fans. Expect it, Michelle. You need to carry, if you're a football player and you play for a big club like Aston Villa, you need to carry that on your shoulders. You genuinely need to, and you need to make sure you do everything the manager wants to do. And obviously the biggest thing is the result. This is a one-off one, extra time, penalties, whatever it takes, but they have an opportunity to make themselves just superheroes at Aston Villa. They really have, and everybody I've spoken to in the town is just Can't wait for 10 o'clock, just so we've got an hour to go, 1 hour to go.
I tell you what, it's not a town. I've got lost so many times in the last 2 days. It's an absolutely huge place, but I'm pleased to say the Villa fans have made it on Google Maps. They've made their way down to the stadium and they're filling up their seats. The Freiburg fans are pretty much already in, and Lee Hendry's just walking past again. He's on other duties. We're not important enough.
I know, he's a busy boy. He's a busy boy.
And you've had a chance as well to be behind the scenes with Elmo to talk to some of the players, but I know we talked about it a bit earlier, but it must be a weight. It must be something to say, look, we haven't done this in Europe for such a long time, but also we haven't won a trophy for 30 years.
No, that's really true, and it doesn't hang heavy over the club. It's just something you want to rectify, so we don't need to say that again. I mean, to be honest, Michelle, for the last month, anytime I've spoken to the lads, there's been no angst, there's been no anxiousness of playing or worried about. There's been nothing like that. I haven't sensed it at all. It's been a quiet, really confident. You know, you've got Ezri Konsa, talking, really good. He's quite. Apart from being confident, obviously, because he's a confident lad, but the assurance and the assured way he goes about it is just so brilliant. It really is. And you get that from John, driven by John as the captain, and then you add the little sprinkle of Morgan Rogers, etc., etc., and you end up with a team that plays in Europe and hopefully can bring back a trophy.
Let's talk about this man that's just run out behind us, because it's been an emotional time for him. Last summer we weren't sure what's happening. He's still here and he's played a pivotal part this season. One of the world's, if not the world's best goalkeeper. He's running in front of the fans, Emi Martinez. He is lapping it up. If there ever was a player for a big game, it is that man. He's done it in a World Cup final. He was colossal in that game. How much can he draw on that for tonight?
Every single sinew of the big man. He'll be drawn on everything he's got. And he's such a showman, he's just brilliant, isn't he? I mean, he really is. And even, can we go back to the save he had at the City ground to make sure it stayed 1-0? I mean, how does he even manage to get it? And of course, the big man has a cheeky smile when he's lying on the ground, realising he stopped it going in the net. Let's hope he's not that busy tonight. Let's hope he's not that busy tonight. But if he is, we have one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and thankfully he's an Aston Villa goalkeeper. But I'll be quite happy if he doesn't touch it for 90 minutes.
Won't we all? But keepers, they have their keepers union, don't they? They have an interesting reputation. Heads up, we're all right. The goalkeeper coach has got it behind us. They have a reputation for being that sort of life and soul in the dressing room. Was it like that when you played?
Yeah, well, you spoke to big Nigel Spink earlier on, as we already said that some of the 82 boys are still here, and Spinksy used to, if we did like a shooting drill and he would make an unbelievable save and palm it out and somebody would kick it in the net, he would chase you the length of the pitch, because he would be like, that doesn't count, and that kind of desire to have a clean sheet and make sure you do all the right things. And by the way, don't forget something, he's a tool for us tonight, and hopefully that firing the ball at that full volley, getting in behind or starting something really quickly from a quick throw out and get them on the back foot as we maybe get the likes of John or Tielemans or whoever on the other side of their midfield. So out with the fact that we know he's a super goalkeeper, he could be a really good asset for us tonight in starting some of our attacks if we do it quickly, and we can put them under a little bit more pressure.
Were you surprised that they were watering the pitch behind us? Because when I say it rained here today, I cannot tell you how heavy the rain was. For a good 3-4 hours, everyone was trying to find shelter, and it was worse than Birmingham on a winter's day.
Honestly, the thunderstorm we had this afternoon, never mind one this morning, the thunderstorm was thunder and lightning we had at one point,
and you were on a boat,
and I was on a boat, and it absolutely battered it down. It's just, remember, so when the rain falls on the pitch will absorb it pretty quickly, to be honest. Genuinely it will, and I'm not sure, this might be like 5% plastic, and you know how they have this kind of mix of grass now that they play on, but it's just to keep it nice and slick, because the players will like that. The players like to be able to ping the ball, when it's moving quickly over the surface, even to control the ball. It's coming a bit faster to you, so you've got to be absolutely spot on. For a striker, dreamland. Dreamland.
Are you having more shots than us?
Oh, dreamland. I'm waiting for the centre half to take a bad touch. Literally waiting for him to take a bad touch to see if I can nick it off him, and hopefully Ollie will be doing that tonight. At the same time, when the ball's played up to us, we need to make sure the ball sticks and we get players in and around us and we move the ball up. I've just seen a lovely picture of Mr. Prince William. Sorry, His Royal Highness Prince William. So he's here as well. So there is an expectancy for Aston Villa to make sure we're in the right place.
Yeah, let's have a quick word about him, because he is a genuine Aston Villa fan. He absolutely loves it, doesn't he?
He loved the pictures the other day of the Nottingham Forest game was absolutely amazing. I mean, it's not put on at all or anything. He absolutely adores it. And I think that night, even someone like His Royal Highness just was dragged into this cauldron of noise and this just unbelievable performance by the football club, that we were like, oh boy, and we all remember for the Nottingham Forest game, we were like, how's it going to go? There was a little bit of, I don't know, is it going to be our day? Is it not going to be our day? But they were so good that even His Royal Highness was carried along in this huge wave of just massive thanks and celebration.
You touched on it a bit earlier, Velma, but where do you think this game is going to be won and lost tonight? Where are the
middle of the
battles?
park? Middle of the park. Definitely middle of the park. Ollie Watkins, I want him to be busy as he can with the two centre backs, but I think in the middle of the park, because you've got the boy Manzambi, who's a good player, the little boy from Switzerland. He's box to box. He's got a lot of energy. And even though Elmo was talking about the set pieces, and they're obviously good at set pieces because they've got a lot of goals from that, I'm quite happy because we've got Lindelof, Pau Torres, and obviously Ezri Konsa, and Kashi's not, Kashi.
Are they going to step in, just out of interest, we've got Lindelof who'll probably sit in front, but is he going to step in and make it a 5?
Well, at times, but I'm talking about having someone in the area who will go and win a header or make sure someone else doesn't be able to be in a situation where he can influence the game, and then they pick up second pieces run about us. So I still think in the middle of the park, I think if Tielemans and McGinn are on the ball, passing it, crisp to each other, releasing people in behind their midfield, I think we win it in the midfield. I really do.
I'll tell you what, it's been a long day away of the kick-off, isn't it? Because here in Istanbul it's 9:10 and we've been up since very early this morning, but really you can feel it now. You can feel the atmosphere really starting to reach what it's going to be at kick-off. And just looking around, we're wearing white tonight, aren't we? Good omen. Good omen. Just saying what happened last time we were white in the European final.
Yeah, I know exactly, and I just wonder whether that was part of the thought process, maybe. And I think they've got the Villa Foundation, which is fantastic.
Got the Aston Villa Foundation,
which is so important to the club as well, and such a big night in Europe like this. That obviously it means so much to the club to be able to have the foundation and supported the foundation into what we do at Aston Villa. So let's hope the boys. Let's just hope we get our hands on that trophy, Michelle, later on.
You've got to know the Villa fans from your time playing in the club, and now you're on as an ambassador and doing Villa TV. With us, you're always reluctant, aren't you, to speak for fans or on behalf of fans, but I am a Villa fan myself, of course, and I know you now are a Villa fan, so I think we are in a place to do that. Absolutely. Not speak out of place.
No.
So as someone so ingrained in this club, can you just start to try and sum up that if we can do it tonight, what it would mean? I mean, I don't want to jinx it, I don't want to say it, but if this were to happen tonight, just how huge it would be for this club.
Yeah, massive, genuinely, because we're too big a club to keep saying it's 44 years, it's 45 years, it's 46 years since we won something as big as a European trophy. And not only that, be in a position with the manager over the last 3 seasons, we have been talk about changing the attitude of the fans, of the players, and everybody that works at the football club, and turn up on a Saturday or Sunday, whenever we play, and expect to win the game, expect to be favourites. And that brings its own pressure. It also brings the highs and lows a little harder to take sometimes when we don't get a result we want. But this will be unbelievable. And the fans, to be fair, of everybody I've spoken to, are behind the players. And I don't mean just like, oh, he wasn't very good or he wasn't. I mean completely and utterly, totally behind the team. And that's what the fans mean to Aston Villa Football Club, and they've been absolutely brilliant in this European run, and I hope for them they get their hands quite literally on the trophy.
You've said you want Villa to be on the front foot from the off.
I do.
I think every Villa fan would love to see that. That's very much what I would love, but when it plays out over the 90 or maybe 120 minutes, even penalties, or what's it going to be? Is it going to go the distance? Is it going to be wrapped up in normal time? What is your score prediction?
I don't think it goes to extra time. If we play anything, we've been speaking about the Nottingham Forest game, but I think if we play anywhere near like we did and defend, because we defended brilliantly against Liverpool on Friday night, if we defend like that and create chances that I expect us to create, don't worry about it. We're not going to extra time. You'll make your work in the morning. We're going to win the European League. I think the fact that
I don't think that the fans will make their work.
Well, yeah,
morning,
that's
maybe.
probably right. Exactly. The thing that's in my head at the moment is everybody telling me constantly, they're good at set pieces. Well, that's something the lads are going to be thinking about. We deal with that first and stop them scoring. I think we'll score a couple of goals tonight. I really do. I think we'll win 2-0. I think there'll be parts of the game where we'll be like, we carried a bit of lady luck out of us. You need that. In the whole competition, you need her to be on your side. But I think the fact that we're a better team, we're a better squad, and we have a better manager, I think that's why we'll win the game, and hopefully John McGinn gets his hands on that trophy.
We can hope. And where are you sitting with me? We're going to enjoy this together?
I think we might just go over the far side somewhere.
I think we're in amongst the fans, which is going to be amazing. So you can watch live ball-by-ball commentary. Every kick is going to be covered by Mark Regan and Ian Taylor on Villa TV. I hope all the fans here in Istanbul and all the fans back home watching the Sports Illustrated warehouse, or watching wherever you are, maybe you're at home, maybe with your mates, maybe with your family. It's a huge night for Villa. Wherever you are, enjoy it, and I really hope that we will be stood here in a couple of hours as champions. But let's go on this ride together, Villa, up the Villa, and I hope we'll see you later.